We're going to start seated. And the most important thing when it comes to our seated postures is for it to be comfortable. So I'm sitting on a really thick pillow, a yoga bolster. You want the hips to be supported enough so that the knees aren't coming up towards the chest, so that the shoulders aren't rounding forward, but that the posture itself feels relatively effortless. So I've chosen a bolster to bring my hips above the knees so that the knees can relax down. Maybe you want more support under the hips. Also an option is to sit onto the heels. So you can sit back onto the heels, elevating the hips over the knees, allowing for the spine to be more or less in an effortless posture. Close your eyes. Begin to breathe in and out through your nose. Allow yourself to arrive here, settling physically, feeling yourself slowly sinking into those parts of your body touching the mat, your legs, your feet, your hips. Letting the dust settle, allowing yourself to come to stillness. Maybe there's some settling of the mind as well. Soften your eyes and your forehead and allow yourself to relax into the space. You're here, you've arrived. Let go a little bit of unnecessary thoughts. Continue to breathe in and out through your nose. Listen to your body today as you practice. Allowing the body to follow the breath and not the other way around. So we'll practice that with simple movement here. On your breath in, bring your shoulders up by your ears. And as you exhale, let them drop down, breathe out the mouth. Do that 3 more times. Inhale, shoulders up by your ears. Exhale, drop them down, breathe out the mouth. 2 more on your own. Your hands onto your shoulders, open your eyes, and begin to move your elbows, drawing circles. Inhale, the shoulders and the elbows come up. Exhale, they roll down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale. And go the other way. Go ahead and release your hands to the ground and lift your hips, and we're going to tuck the toes under to stretch the feet. And you can sit back onto your heels if that isn't too much weight onto the feet. For me, it feels really great to stretch the toes and the arches of my feet. But for some of you, it might feel more comfortable to be up onto the knees. Find a spot where you can maintain, maybe doubling over your mat to support the knees. Lift your arms over your head and bring your fingertips together. Interlace your fingers and stretch the palms of your hands up towards the ceiling. And slowly tip over to one side. Feel a bigger stretch on the opposite ribs, space between the ribs. And then come to center and over to the other side. And come to center, release your hands, and release your feet. And tap your feet onto the ground. We're going to activate the hands. So place your hands underneath your shoulders. And spread your fingers, not as wide as they possibly go, but spread your fingers so that there's space in between all 5 fingers on each hand. And then press your fingertips into the mat so that the nails turn white. Press your fingertips down and feel a little bit of pulling up into the armpits. Inhale here and exhale here. Keep your active hands, walk your knees a little bit further apart. Inhale, lift your chin. And exhale, bring your chin to your chest and press your hips back. Inhale, rock forward, but stop when the shoulders are over the wrists. And exhale, shift back. And begin to move with your own breath here. Warming up the hips in your spine. Inhale, looking forward, a gentle arch. And exhale, chin to your chest and pressing the hips back. Do one more. And then we'll come to tabletop and walk your knees together. And release. Interlace your fingers and press your hands away from you. And one at a time, pull one wrist in. So I'm using my right hand to pull the left fingers in. Take a deep breath in. And out. And then come to center and over to the other side. The left hand's pulling back, and my right hand's kind of pushing out, feeling a stretch on the backs of my wrists. And then come to center. Release your hands. And come into a stable tabletop position. Knees supporting the hips and hands supporting the shoulders. Knees hip width apart. We're going to move with our breath here. On a breath in, reach your right arm forward. And exhale, bring your hand down. Inhale, left arm extends forward. And as you exhale, gently putting it down. Press into your hands. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, knee down. Inhale, left leg lifts. And exhale, knee down. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, release. Inhale, left arm. Exhale, slowly place it down. Press evenly to your hands. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, bring the knee down. Inhale, lift the left leg. And exhale. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, right arm. Exhale, table. Shift the weight to the right, lift your left arm. Exhale, release. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, place your knee down softly. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, knee down. Right arm, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right leg. Exhale. Inhale, left leg. Very good. Sit back onto your heels. Interlace your fingers behind the back. Maybe the hands stay at your low back, or you can slowly extend your hands away from you, stretching your shoulders. If it feels good here, you can slowly lift your chin towards the ceiling, but make sure you can still swallow. Bring your head to neutral and release your hands. Bring your hands to the floor and lift your right leg off the floor and bring it out to the side. Step it outside the right hand. Move your left knee back. Stretch the hips in the groin here. And for one breath in, we'll lift the left knee off the floor. And exhale, lower it back down. Bring your right foot back. Left knee lifts. Exhaling, bringing it outside. Walk your right knee back to stretch into the hips and the groin. And inhale, lift the right leg, right knee, and exhale, lower it down. Bring your left knee back. Come up onto your knees. Step your right foot forward as slowly and gracefully as possible. And rock here a little bit. Bend into the knee. Bring your hips back, right over the left knee, and do that a couple times. It's easy here to open your hips to the left, but try and keep your hips moving forward and back in the same plane. Once your hips come back the next time, bring your right knee back, maybe wobbling here, and then step the left foot forward. Do the same thing on this side. Hip shift forward, hip shift back. Feel your breath here, not forgetting the breath. The next time that your hips move back, bring your left foot back. Bring your hands down. Lift your knees and start to bring yourself forward, walking yourself forward. Bend your knees so your feet are under your hips or maybe wider, and bring your elbows onto the thighs. Open your palms and relax the head. Drop your hips a little more and drop your head a little bit more. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. Look forward and place your hands out to your thighs. And with control, press into your thighs and straighten your legs. Come up to standing. Feet can be right underneath the hips, or they can be a little bit wider, depending on how you're feeling balanced today. We'll take the hands to the hips and start to make some nice, big circles here. Be generous with your circles and explore how all sides of the hips are feeling. When you push the hips back, how does the low back feel? When you push the hips forward, how does the tummy feel? When you push them to the side, do you feel a deeper stretch there? And go in the other direction. Feel yourself breathing and moving in unison. We'll come to center. Feet can come a little bit closer together. Hands can remain on the hips. And notice if your hips are tilted in any way. For me, my hips hands tilt a lot forward. And so when my hands are on my hips, I feel that my hips are kind of moving, like they're pouring out forward. So for me, it's smart to kind of bring my tailbone down and try and lengthen the low back. Helps to firm up my belly, helps to draw the ribs in. You can see how your pelvis is inclined here. And we'll lift and spread your toes. Keep your heel down and keep the balls of your big toe and pinky toe down, but try and fan and lift the toes. And take a deep breath in, breathe all the way to the crown of your head. As you exhale, slowly breathe out and slowly lower your toes. And on your next breath in, lift your heels, come onto your tippy toes. And as you exhale, with control, slowly lower down. Lift only the toes. Spread your toes, fan the toes, and breathe in. And as you exhale, slowly lower the toes back down. Inhale, lift your heels. And exhale, slowly lower the heels. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift the toes. Firm up the shins, firm up the thighs. Exhale, lower the toes down. And inhale, rock forward, firm up your calves and your glutes. And slowly lower the feet down. 1 more. Inhale, lift the toes. Exhale, lower your toes. Inhale, firm up the back body and lift. And exhale, lower down. Nice. Lift your arms up over your head. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to the center of your chest. You can do that 2 more times. Inhale, float up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, 1 more time. Lift your arms over your head. And exhale, hands to heart. Come onto the right tippy toes. And lift the right leg. And slowly step it back. Make a comfortable distance between your legs so that you feel both strong and stable. And then slowly press your right heel back, stretching the front of the right thigh. With the hands on the hips, you can feel in what position the pelvis is. If it's tilted forward, maybe straighten your legs a little bit and bring your tailbone a little bit more downward facing. Firm up both thighs and take a breath in and out. And then lean forward and with strength, press off your back foot and bring your feet forward. Lift the left heel. Lift the left foot and step your foot back. It doesn't have to be a really big step back, but we want to find distance between the feet to play around with balance, strength, and flexibility. Feel a stretch on the front of the right hip and notice how the pelvis is positioned. Maybe straighten your legs a little bit and create space in the low back. Breathe in and out. And then lean forward and push off your back foot. Bring your left foot forward. Walk your feet far apart, toes out and heels in, and slowly come down into a squat. And just like when we began our practice, I had us use props. You can use props here too. You can lower down without your hands, or you can bring your hands to the ground and sit onto something, but we want the knees and feet wider than the hips. I'm going to bring my elbows inside the knees and slowly press my elbows into my legs. Open the hips here and relax your head. Maybe move your head gently from side to side. Go ahead and release your hands. And we're going to come all the way onto the floor so you can move yourself off props if you're sitting on them. And keep your left heel in a little bit closer to you. It doesn't have to touch a body part, but keep it the knee bent. And extend the right leg out to the side. And we'll bring the right hand down outside the hip and extend the left arm over your head. Open your chest here, so place your hand onto the ground or onto a prop and bring your left ribs back. Open your chest more. Slowly extend your arm over your head. And we're going to do a full sweep. So we'll start to turn the chest towards the right leg and bring the hand down towards the left and then back over the head. We'll come up to seated and switch your sides. Bring the right foot in and the left leg out to the side. This knee can be bent depending on injury or flexibility. And the left hand comes down to the mat for support or onto something. And the right arm can help to stretch the right side body. Keep the right hip on the ground and lovingly lean over to the side. And then we're going to do that same thing. So open your chest. Open your chest towards the right. Bring your right ribs back. And then we'll take a full sweep. Start to turn the chest down. Start to reach for your left toes. And take a full sweep of the arm. Over the head. And then we'll come up to center. Extend both legs. We're going to come onto the back and walk your hands back and slowly lower down. Walk your feet in a comfortable distance, knees about hip distance, feet about hip distance. Observe the natural curve of your low back and of the curve in your neck. On a breath in, press into your feet and squeeze your glutes and lift your hips. And exhale, lower down. And we'll do that 4 more times with the breath. Inhale, lift the hips. Open the front side of the body and exhale in a controlled way. Slowly lower the spine down to the mat. Inhale, lift up. 2 more times. Exhale, lower down. Breathing all the breath out. And 1 more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Take your hands onto your stomach. And slowly let your knees fall out to the sides, feet together. If this is uncomfortable, you can extend your legs straight out. If it's comfortable for the low back and the knees and hips, the feet can be together. Chin soft in towards the throat. And take a few moments of rest here. conscious effort here to re-relax your body. Scan from your toes to your head and notice if there's any holding or gripping. If you can let go of any unnecessary thoughts here as well. Re-relax your body. Take 5 more deep breaths. And slowly, maybe with the help of your hands, bring your knees back together. Extend your legs. Give yourself a loving wake-up stretch. Bring your arms over your head and stretch out your body. Smile. Walk your feet in and roll onto one side to come up to seated. In your seated posture, invite in any of the props that you are using. You can sit in a chair or on top of a pillow, or you can sit onto the heels. Revisit the same posture in which you began your practice. And with the eyes closed, observe what is different now between the beginning and end of your practice. What has shifted for you? How does this posture feel different than the posture in which you began? Bring your hands to your heart. And honor your inner fire, that drive to practice, to honor your body. Thank you so much for practicing. Wish you a wonderful day. Namaste.